Hello, today we'll be speaking with Arsen Gasparyan from Anonymous Ads. Their new URL is a-ads.com. How are you?
Hello, thanks.
What is Anonymous Ads about?
Anonymous Ads is an advertising network that doesn't care who you are. Publishers embed Anonymous Ads code on their sites and earn money. Advertisers pay any amount to publishers via Anonymous Ads and get a proportional share of ad impressions from them. Each time visitor comes to publisher's site, Anonymous Ads serves a random ad with respect to amounts paid to this publisher by advertiser. The more advertisers pay to particular publishers, higher the share of impressions they get from them. That's what it is about.
What are main features of your project?
So firstly, it doesn't care who you are. We will never spam our clients because we don't even know their email addresses. Thanks to Bitcoin, we don't need to store any personal information about our users. In fact, we don't even have user accounts. We have just ads, campaigns, and ad units. Ad unit is just an advertising space.
What else?
At the same time, the service is fully transparent. Well, maybe not fully transparent yet because this is an ongoing project and we don't have all the features implemented. Google forbids to publish its statistics for some reason, and we do the opposite. So if you earn or advertise with Anonymous Ads, your stats and balances are visible to everybody. I know this is ambiguous because it somewhat diminishes the anonymous part of our name, but at the same time it potentially allows you to see every detail of internal money transfers. It allows diligent publishers and advertisers to increase transparency of their business. Free market and open competition for everybody. It gives new use cases. For example, it enables fully transparent crowd-funded advertising campaigns. Also, Anonymous Ads is protective for publishers. We don't ban publishers. Maybe we'll need to do it at some point, but anyway, we'll always be far more liberal than any other advertising networks. I personally love Google and AdSense and never had any problems with them. But I heard that Google banned publishers' accounts without paying them. We don't do it. Withdrawals happen automatically and without a fee when balance hits threshold of 1 Bitcoin cent or when it doesn't change for 24 hours. At the same time, we pre-moderate ads. So we protect publishers from inappropriate content. Publishers can set up filters to specify what is appropriate for them. It is protective for advertisers too. Advertisers never pay for fake clicks in Anonymous Ads.
How do you create price for advertisement?
There is no pay-per-click option. We don't pay for impressions either. We pay for chance of their ads to be shown. So advertisers don't pay for impressions. They pay for chance of their ads to be shown on particular ad units. So I know it looks some opposite to treating each impression as a unique thing that could be sold on real-time bidding auctions, and I don't state that we will never change it, but currently we just don't know how to reliably detect fake traffic and don't want to create incentive for fake impressions and clicks. That's why we promote the idea of paying for goals, or more specifically paying for sales. The idea is simple. Advertisers invest some amount to show their ads on all the available sites, and then they reward sites that make sales for them, thus optimizing their campaign.
Using that campaign tracker code.
Yes, advertisers that want to use this feature, they should enable goal tracking for campaign. It's just to set up a checkbox. And then Anonymous Ads will give ID with each visitor to advertiser's website. So advertiser's website will need to save this ID somewhere and then to register goal linked to that ID. To register goal with the goal tracking API we provide. And when you do so, the money will be charged from your campaign to publisher who had sent you that visitor. And you will get more impressions from that publisher. So if you pay, let's say, 10% of your sale to publishers who generate those sales, who invite people who buy from you, then you get more impressions from that publishers and you increase your sales. So that's the main idea.
So your model is closer to cost per action, CPA.
Yeah, but it is close to CPA. You can pay for action. In fact, you can register goal even without goal tracking. But publishers can use it against you, right? If you pay for registration, for example, for leads, then publishers can generate fake leads and earn from you, and you will not get anything. So that's why we promote pay-per-sale method. So when you receive money, it is not a big problem to share part of this money with your publisher so that they increase your profit.
Why you choose to make public all your data which you collect from publishers and advertisers?
There are a couple of reasons for that. First reason is that we don't want to store any private data. We just don't want to take this responsibility for the data of users. Because even companies that deal with credit cards that are accredited and licensed to do this, even they lose the data. And we don't want to be guilty for that. And the second reason is that Bitcoin itself is rather transparent, and we kind of like this transparency. It allows to trust each other, to see that the service is providing what it promises to provide, that its statistics is not distorted, and you just can watch how your money work, how they go to publishers. Well, you cannot yet do it because we didn't provide a web interface for this, but that's how it is planned to do. So everything is transparent, and I don't really see why it should be such a big problem. Maybe the free market doesn't have to hide all this data.
I think transparency is important. You said you're planning to add some another stats.
We plan to show all the internal transfers of the system so that people can see how advertisers can see how the money are being spent, who receives those money, which publishers receive money from them, and how many impressions they get from them. Well, the amount of data is pretty high, so probably those statistics will be aggregated somehow, but still we want to make it as transparent as possible.
Withdrawal happens automatically. How often do you pay out?
Payouts happen every time when ad unit's balance hits the threshold of 0.01 Bitcoin. Or if there is no activity for this ad unit during one day, then it will pay out too.
So you are doing payouts more than one time per day?
Yes, currently it pays out up to 6 times per hour. That's our internal limit, not to make too many transactions. But they send many transactions, so one transaction pays out to many publishers.
This is what I like on your network. I have some Google AdSense sites, and Google is paying me just one time per month. Well, I think it is enough, but unbelievable that with Bitcoin you can be paid out more than one time per day.
Yes, that's one of that's one of our advantages too, because at Google you may have your account frozen.
Yeah, yes, and this is something which I am a little bit scared of.
So we don't want to store not only users' personal data, but we don't want to store their money either. That's why we try to withdraw them as quickly as possible. We have this threshold of 0.01 Bitcoin just to avoid microtransactions that are more expensive than the amount which we send. Bitcoin fees could be more expensive than the amount.
Yes, I understand. And who is paying the fees?
Anonymous Ads is paying the fees from its profit, and its profit comes from advertisers. So withdrawals don't have additional fees.
You decided to not solve, false click problems.
Yes, we don't care about false clicks and false impressions. So we try to make our advertisers to use goal tracking and to pay per sale to avoid this problem. Unfortunately, advertisers don't do it normally. So we are doing it ourselves, but advertisers didn't learn how to do it and didn't do it yet. I hope that we'll explain them everything and help them to use goal tracking feature.
When somebody clicks on your ad, which kind of data are stored?
Well, we have internal database that has a user's IP there, because we need to filter out non-unique clicks, because otherwise our statistics will be just unrealistic. So we make some filtering based on IP address, and you can see it in statistics. There are 2 lines. One of them is unique impressions and unique clicks, and another one is just impressions and clicks. So you can see there is a high difference there.
Mm-hmm. So which kind of data do you store? IP address and what else?
We store IP address, and we store aggregated stats on language. Basically, we store the publisher ID. So when we receive a click, we store publisher ID, campaign ID, the IP address, the language of the browser. That's basically all we store, I think. Not too much data for each visitor. And then we aggregate the data. And when we aggregate, then we lose the individual records. So this data, it is stored in a separate database, and then it is being aggregated and deleted. So we don't store it forever.
Yes, that's a good question. How long do you store the data? For example, 1 month, 2 years?
So we aim to store the statistics, like the history of aggregated stats for 1 month, and the list of all the deposits and the withdrawals for 1 month, and information about unique clicks and unique individual records for each click and impressions. They are not stored any significant amount of time. Well, we need to aggregate the data during a day to detect if IP is unique during that day or not. So we store it during a day. Frankly speaking, I don't remember the technical details. I may be a little bit inaccurate.
So it's pretty anonymous also on side of user which clicks on your network's ads.
Yes, we don't try to identify users. We have just very basic minimum data that is required for our advertisers.
Where anonymous ads sits?
So currently we use Hetzner, a hosting company that provides virtual servers and some other hosting services. But we plan to distribute it among different providers, like Linode and maybe Amazon or Heroku as well, I don't know. Because we need to increase the reliability of the service and to shorten the wait time of our users. We have a lot of users from United States and our servers are in Germany.
Where are you from?
We are all from Russia.
Which city?
Perm City.
How many people are behind anonymous ads?
We have a team of 2 developers. Me and another developer, and one guy who is working for marketing and coordinating the project, working with designers. So we plan to make a new design for our site.
How old is this project?
It is about 1.5 years, I think. So I launched the first version of Anonymous Ads in 2011. It's in September, I guess. I have it in my blog.
What's the URL of blog?
blog.anonymousads.com.
Which kind of technology is behind anonymous ads?
It's Ruby on Rails.
Is there any affiliate program?
Affiliate program, yes, there is. We pay 10% of when advertisers deposit some amount to their campaign, 10% goes to the guy who referred them. You can see it, so I can give you a link with a list of goals for campaign number 1. Campaign number 1 is our advertising campaign, and we do the thing which we propose every advertiser will do. We track sales and reward publishers for sales, and thus we get more impressions from that publishers.
Who is caring about the tracking code? Anonymous ads? It's some JavaScript, or what is it? Which kind of code is this?
We provide API. It is just one HTTP call. So advertiser, when he receives a visit, he or she can get the ID of the publisher and link it to money deposited by that user. So when he receives money from users referred by publishers, he can make this single HTTP call and register goal for example, 10% of that amount, as we do.
Today we are speaking with Arsen Gasparyan. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And have a good day.
Bye.